It seems that Cupid has replaced his bow and arrow with online dating. As we approach the annual day for the heart-shaped candy boxes and flowers, an estimated 40 million out of 54 million single Americans are turning to online dating sites to find romance. Back in the day, meeting a potential partner for love and developing a romantic relationship was often initiated by a common friend's awkward introduction at church or social gathering, or perhaps the sharing of a classroom. Now, more than ever, individuals are meeting online. As more and more online dating sites are forming and an abundance of doors of opportunity are opening, we must keep in mind the great potential that this creates for the opportunist and fraudsters. The staff of W&W Solutions Incorporated wish you success and safety in your online dating endeavors this Valentine's Day, as well as every day, with some simple suggestions. When choosing an online dating site, it is best you choose one that's a paid site if possible, opposed to the free sites. The free sites provide a greater opportunity for potentially dangerous or shady individuals, since they're often not required to provide the vendor with a credit card or other identifying information. During initial contact, remain anonymous. Do not share your full name, your address, your phone number, or regularly used email. In doing so, a person may obtain a lot of private information about you. Instead, create an email that is used solely for your online dating account, which does not indicate your full name. Use Skype or a cell phone when possible, opposed to a landline. Be wary if an individual claims to be a U.S. citizen who is working or traveling abroad, asks for money, or claims to be recently widowed. Further red flags should go up if they quickly request to speak on an outside, an email or message service, vanish from the site, and then reappear later with a different name. Or moves quickly in speaking of destiny or fate. Do not be given a false sense of security when a site offers to provide a background check on a potential candidate. Laws may differ from state to state governing background checks. Some cannot or are not performed effectively, or use a substandard database which allows wrongdoers to simply slip through the cracks. Instead, I suggest using the services of a private investigator, such as myself, to perform a background check. We are privileged to perform more accurate and reliable databases which are even used by law enforcement officials. Obtaining a background report on an individual in which you intend to meet in person is highly recommended to avoid possible frustration and disappointment down the road. For example, a few years back on MSNBC, they reported on a study finding 30% of individuals using online dating sites were married. A background check would also identify any criminal record and may pose a threat to your safety. You may also be privileged to general information regarding the individual before meeting them in person, to be on your guard for any deliberate attempts made to falsify information. Keep in mind that it is your own responsibility to make this a safe and enjoyable experience. If you decide to proceed in meeting an individual in person, arrange your meeting in a public place and provide your own transportation. Make sure that a friend or family member knows who you're with and where you are going. Keep in mind, keeping your cell phone and personal items with you at all times. Stay sober and clear-minded for your safety. During your first meeting, you can better determine a person's character. Are they controlling, easily angered, avoiding questions? Do they lie? Do they shift the conversation periodically? If you do have a drink, keep eyes on your drink at all times in case somebody's tampering with it. Only as you get to know further and trust the individual, you should slowly let your guard down until you feel comfortable in doing so. Your gut instinct is a very powerful psychological tool. If something does not seem right, it is your cue to back off and proceed with extreme caution. You can also block the individual from communication if you feel your safety is being jeopardized, and report them if necessary. For further advice on avoiding online romance scams, visit my website. Also for background checks, www.willzpi.com. Until next time, best wishes from W&W Solutions Incorporated, and be safe.